Hi guys, a pick a card reading on what you need to know or do right now. And this is a timeless reading, so it doesn't really matter when you find it, it will work then. Four choices, and for the numbers one is a little woolly hat. Numbers two is a rose, a red rose, and number three, a tiny cute little Buddha, and numbers four, a little bird. So if you make your choice, then we're going to start the reading. Numbers one, let's have a look at your cards. There's four in total. First of all, we have Crown Chakra. I know I am part of Source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. Then we have Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Then we have Magic Prayer, and the last card is the partnership, learn to grow with others, overcome obstacles by working together, touch each other's hearts while life lasts. All right, now let's first have a look what you need to do or know right now. You can and likely are receiving a lot of guidance from your higher self or from spirit right now. Or it can also be that you're wanting that. You want guidance, you're looking for that guidance, and maybe you find it difficult to receive that, to feel that, to hear that. And basically you receive that via your crown chakra. And and these are all about that, all three. And so it might be very important to, at the moment, take a regular time out so you can just sit and meditate or go for a walk in nature, anything that quiets your mind. And so that it makes it easier for you to receive and hear these messages. That also means that if you want to go out in nature, and you usually do that with a friend or with a partner who likes to be yapping all the time, that's not really polite, who likes to be talking all the time, right? And you enjoy that as well. That's not really a good idea if you want to receive messages. It also is not a very good idea to try and force it, because that usually works against you, has the adverse effect. Then you pinch yourself off. So it's good, you need to be relaxed. And if this is also about Lady Venus having difficulty with receiving signs and messages, but they still are there. You really are receiving a lot at the moment. And a number of you might be looking for guidance for your path, what to do, where to go. Because these cards are also about that, especially this one, the Magic Prayer, that tells you that just trust, have faith, and keep tuned in, stay connected to yourself, to spirit, to your higher self, and then you will always be on the right path, and you will always get what you need, not necessarily what you want, but you will get what you need. And you will often find that is far more fulfilling than what sometimes we want. And there is, of course, a difference between these two. With Lady Venus, it can also be that you do receive things right now, like maybe hearing high-pitched noises or ringing in your ear, or seeing flickers of light from the corners of your eyes. That happens often. That from your peripheral view, it's as if you see these lights, these really flickering, right? Just flashes. These are also messages from beings, that beings are with you, right? And that you're being visited. Can also be during your sleep that you are receiving downloads. So you pay attention to your dreams then. If you remember them, write them down. Have a notebook on your nightstand, because usually 10 minutes, half an hour later, you will have forgotten them. Or if you wake in the night, right, after a dream or whatever, and you think, oh, I have to write that down in the morning when I get up. And then in the morning you end up thinking, oh my God, what was it again? I can't remember. So have a notebook in your nightstand and a pen so you can write it down right away, even just short, just keywords. But this is for you right now. So really a time to connect, to take time to meditate, to be quiet, to quiet your mind, pay attention to signs, synchronicities, and your intuition, and heed those things as well. And if you find it difficult to receive things, then you can in a way do the same thing. And you can also especially call on Lady Venus if you I think the neighbors again, because she can help with that, Lady Venus. So tune into Venus, her energy, and she can really help with that. And then we have the last card, the partnership. Now that is not necessarily about a partnership, a romantic partnership. It's the messages that is good to remember that a relationship, any relationship for that matter, right, is always a work in progress, and that they do take time and dedication and patience, and also people who truly want to be part of that relationship. And again, that can be a love connection, but can also be your own connection with your higher self. And considering the other cards and this reading, I feel that's what it is about, right? It could be that you just have to understand that you have to take a bit of time. It could take a bit of effort. It could require some patience for you to establish that connection, that higher connection with yourself or with the angels or whatever. But in the meantime, you are not alone. There are still beings around you, and so just also heed the synchronicities and the signs and signals, like flickering lights from the corners of your eyes or things you hear. I've sometimes heard a tiny little bell, a really cute little bell. And I was working in a shop at that time. I was all alone. There were no clients and I was just alone. And I thought, because we did sell chimes and stuff. So I was looking around and maybe there was a breeze, but it was in the back of the shop. There were no doors, no windows, nothing. And nothing was moving. It was just really amazing. It's like, what? Yeah, so it can also be something like that. And of course, it's always good to double check it, right? So just like what I did, to check it and see if there really isn't a bell or a chime or anything that is actually moving, right? So, but yeah, so that's your message. This is very important for you right now. Also, and then your message is done. When this is going on, it's also very important to be properly grounded. Because if you start focusing on these higher connections and the ground chakra, maybe even if you are knowledgeable with these things, with the chakras that are not on the body, there's still another couple chakras above the crown chakra. You must be really properly grounded. So either your root chakra or your earth star chakra, if you can feel that and connect with that. And so you don't get out of your grounding and don't accidentally have a... Yeah, it can't... It sometimes it feels not pleasant if you kind of partially... get out of your body with your energy in a way, right? Nothing to be afraid of. I mean, you can't really, you're always connected. There's nothing really to be afraid of, but make sure you're properly grounded, right? It feels much better. So that's your message, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe and like it if you haven't already subscribed. And in any case, just thank you for watching, and see you with the next reading. I'm moving to numbers 2. All right, numbers 2. Let's look at your cards. We have sacral chakra. That's not the navel chakra. This is the chakra in between the navel chakra and your genitals. Actually, that usually is only mentioned in the fifth dimensional chakra column, which has 12 chakras, not 7. Anyhow, oops, we have another one. Hang about, I need to stick this one back. It is very fiery energy. Rebirth with the Phoenix, also a very fiery energy. And then we have Archangel Michael, also a very fiery energy. Because his element is fire. And then we have the Field of Dreams. Now, I'm going to move that aside in a minute so you can see the card again. Now, what I get from this, it is time for you to start taking action. Considering all the fire that we have got going here. But when you take action, it is very important that you start doing what really is authentically you. So in that sense also what you wish to do, what feels good to you, what you want to do, what you want to create, what you want to manifest, and so on. It's got to be your thing. And that's very important. That's what the sacral chakra is about as well. It's about expressing yourself authentically. And it is about creation. It's about relationships, connections with other people, emotions, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and since it says here also, I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. The funny thing is that the Field of Dreams also mentions something like that. That's why I come to this thing that it has to be your thing, what you want to do, what feels good to you. Because you might indeed be sensitive to other people's feelings, and that could put you in overwhelm or put you off your path, making you want or feel pressured to do again what other people want you to do. And sometimes you have to do what other people want you to do for your work or whatever, that's fine. But then still stick to your own dreams, because right now you have all these seeds of all that potential, and these things will come into fruition, but then you will have to keep these seeds alive. You will have to plant them, right? Or since they're eggs, you will have to sit on the eggs to keep them warm, right? Like a chicken or something. So yeah, so very important that you don't stray because of other people's thoughts and ideas and wishes or whatever, because you are sensitive to other people's feelings, right? That comes up here, even with Archangel Michael, that comes up, because you can also call on him to protect you. And the message with the I'll show that one now. Archangel Michael card is, of course, you can call on him. He can protect you. He's got this fiery and presence energy as well. But it also means that his team, or he himself, or his team of angels is around you right now to help you, well, basically withstand what other people want you to do, because you are about to have some kind of rebirth almost, you know. Maybe you've never done that. Maybe you've never followed your own dreams and your own thing, and it is really time for you to do that now. And yeah, so it comes together nicely, all the cards. It's absolutely wonderful. I really like it. The Field of Dreams is also that you have to be clear about what you wish, what you want, and mind your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs and what you say, just everything, right? And concentrate, really focus on, well, that thing that you want, on the life that you want for you, the new that you want for you, because you want something new, because we have the Phoenix there rising from your own ashes, right? Regardless of what the outer conditions might be right now, right? And so yeah, that is your message. So it is time for action, but be mindful that you don't stray, and well, the whole thing that we went over. So I hope it resonates. I hope it's really helpful to you. If you chose the right set, you must recognize this, because it's really very specific. It's really very specific. I love to hear if it resonates, I love to read that. And please also like the video if you do, of course, and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And yeah, in any case, thank you for watching, and see you hopefully the next reading. Numbers 3, these are your cards. I already put them in. Anyhow, we have Freya and the moon goddess, then we have coming apart, and then we have flexibility. Now, these cards are all about going with the flow. They're all about being okay with that, the simple fact that everything always changes. Nothing ever remains the same. And they're also about an ending of something, and with that also a new beginning. And that might be difficult, and you might feel vulnerable if something is coming to an end, but it also means that something else will begin, or will soon begin, right? If an old door closes, another one is going to open. There will be new people entering your life, or new opportunities coming into your life. And it's just a fact of life that everything changes. And there's always, that's the only constant there is, that everything changes. And you really have to be okay with that, no matter how difficult it is. And the funny thing is that we have two moon goddesses here, right? Both Freya and here the moon goddess. Freya is also a moon goddess. A very powerful goddess at that. You can call on Freya, if you like, for her energy to guide you through whatever change is going on or is coming up for you, whatever ending, because you might indeed feel vulnerable and feel maybe resistant, maybe you want to hold on to the old, but please know that it's not gonna be in your best interest to do that. You have to really try to be okay with the fact that there is a flow of life. There's also the very feminine energy, right? Knowing that it is like that, going with the phases of the moon, and with that also the phases of the female body, right? The periods that we have, and the fertility, and then that cycle as well. So it's sheer feminine energy. Men have that too, all right, if you're a man watching. So you can try to tap into that to make it a bit easier if you find it very difficult, because whatever it is, and it doesn't mean it's a relationship, okay? It can be anything, but whatever it is, to you, it's upsetting. You find it difficult, because this is not an easy card. It can be a relationship, doesn't have to be at all. It can also be a friendship, it can have to do with work or moving house or whatever. It's something that you rather not have. Not really. It's upsetting. And maybe you choose it yourself, that's also possible. But then the anguish and the change that comes with this ending, and no one likes that really, I don't think. But it is, the advice really is also to just gently flow through this turbulence. And life has the ability to shape you, bend, don't break. And that's also true, right? Just go with it, and you'll be all right. You know, you'll come out the other end and you'll be fine again. Just try to be flexible, try to not resist whatever is going on, because then it becomes more difficult. So that's your message. I hope it is helpful to you. And and I wish you the best of luck with whatever is going on. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next reading. Now, this is number 4. Sorry. This one is peculiar. I'm sorry about that. We have intention number 22. It stood out to me. We have a nurturing heart, mother. We have the Miriam, and we have union. This is about a very high energy that you can tap into, that is around you even right now with the Miriam there. And I get a sense that you're not really aware of that or not really tuning into that, but and that's what you should do. You should tune into that higher energy, and especially the feminine energy, that loves all, anything and everything, and that is in all is one, right? All that is, connect and love all that is. So animals and plants and everything in nature, people, children, everything. It's for you very important to tune into that, to tap into that feminine energy, to have an also with the Miriam. It's always, for me, always peculiar when that card comes up. Sorry about that. It could be that you have some problems. Maybe you don't feel you are worthy, or to have that high energy, to connect with that higher energy, to be that loving person, because that means that you can also heal people, heal their wounds, not necessarily by literally healing with your hands, but just with love and nurturing, and that's basically what is required to heal. And this is also, the messages of these two cards are actually really very similar. And it could be with that card that these are twin flames. The Miriam is twin flames. Angels, right? Twin flame angels who come as one. And they can help you overcome grief. So maybe there is something that you're still struggling with. Maybe you, like I said, maybe you don't feel worthy of embracing that higher energy or that loving energy. There might be some religious stuff in the way that is blocking you, hindering you. And they are surrounding you with very high frequency holy light, and because of that you can actually get a sense of your connection with spirit again, right? And forgive yourself, or maybe other people if need be as well. So I do think something is hindering you, blocking you, but there is a very high energy around you, and your message really is to tune into that, and then to have an intention that you set out into the world, go into the cosmos, and then you also need to know that you don't have to do the work all alone. There's other people or even spirit that will help you to co-create, to make it come reality, right? You don't have to do it alone. And that, I think for most of you who chose this, that's a very important message to hear as well. You do not have to do the work alone. There will be help, and that's where this card comes in too. You have seen and unseen allies. Draw upon their strength. Join forces with friends or spirit, right? And flourish. You can do something. There is something you can do, that you can manifest, that you want to do, because there is this intention. But some way or other, something is hindering you with the Miriam card. And if you just, in a way, it's just an act of faith to know that you do deserve it, you are worthy, and that you can do it, and that the help is there, support is there. You do not have to do it alone, and it will work out. Just that kind of faith, that belief, and try and see if you can just maybe for 10 minutes or 5 minutes sit like that and think thoughts like that. Maybe listen to Abraham Hicks for just a few minutes, and then see if you can feel a shift in your energy. If you can then feel a more loving energy, and that brings you more closer and closer proximity of this feeling that you love all that is, because you are part of that as well. You do have some calling, and you have a very high energy. But it's as I'm almost in tears now when I think this goes for most of you. Somehow you're stuck, and somehow you might actually be in pain, feeling and thinking it's not working out and that you have to do it all alone. Well, that's not true. Really isn't true. So set your intentions, let them go in the universe, start tuning into your feminine energy. Also, if you're a man, which is the energy of that love and loving everything and everyone, and focus on that, and know you are not alone. And it's seen and unseen allies. So there can also suddenly be someone in your life, a real person who shows up, who comes to help you. It can be someone you already know, but it can also be a stranger, right? A new person in your life. So I'm going to leave it at that. Otherwise, I'm going to just make it messy. I hope you feel it. I hope it resonates with you, and I hope it's going to be helpful. Please let me know in the comment section if you want to do that, of course. And if you haven't, then please subscribe to my channel. Help me grow. Like the video if you did. And I'll see you with another reading.